difficulty. And I can admit that times are hard. But I also got to say that some of these hardships are self-imposed when the brother won't stop smoking weed long enough to pass the drug screen to get a job.
Yeah.
It's like all he sees the streets and his cars. Because he's ignorant to the fact that the streets is the biggest beast in them all, and he end up trying to stomp with the big dogs when his feet is too small. But it's time we unlearn some of these mind states our situations have forced us to adapt to. Because we have to. And there's no escaping that boomerang called karma, because whatever you put out is coming tenfold back at you. See, but this is what began the sin of many. They get addicted to the block because they feel like the ends is plenty. They don't realize counting those 10s and 20s, gonna get them 10 to 20. And depending within, men tend to be extra friendly. Who's to blame for these particular brother's shortcomings? Especially when the brother who's supposed to teach that brother never really learned nothing. So which came first, the chicken or the egg? How you gonna relay a message when you're drawing a blank within your head? Since I know better, I'm obligated to teach. And there's no limit to the amount of people I'm gonna reach. My words gonna be filled with change and power like an Obama speech.
Come on.
Because where I'm at and where I'm from is the same place. I walk down the same blocks, I see the same face, but I'll never leave because I don't believe I gotta change my space in order to change my fate. I keep hearing about this change, so I'm gonna wait. With both feet planted on the west side. A place of horror stories so outsiders be petrified. And you gotta cram daily for that test to survive. And if you see a strong vigil creeping up your set and it comes to a rest, I strongly suggest that you die. Because every day is a new journey, an obstacle. The struggle is constant, but survival is optional. So what some opt to do is sell a rock or two. Then get their work and weight up and take over a block or two, because actually there's nothing out there stopping you. Because depending on how hot you got the block, and if your money and clientele comes in flocks, cops become your partners too. And it's reinforced that snitching is something that you should not do. I know that sounds like a lot to you, but I stand in it daily and won't run from it. I can never fear it because I come from it. See, before I found my calling, I actually called myself out on the blocks balling. I used to be one of those young guns who was running it. But if you want to change, you do something about it. That's about the sum of it. Because it's horrendous crimes that occur all the time. People turn their head, pay no mind, acting like they don't see none of them. Then quick to blame the government. But as people, I wish we could stop that. It's time we carry the weight of our own responsibility, stop leaving all the pressure on Barack's back. And as parents, it starts with us. I mean, are we really doing our best? Because it's way more than parenting and working hard, making sure our kids stay fresh to death. So we know our kids sit by and listen to Kanye. But do we ever teach them about Cornel West?
Come on.
Do they know about Martin Luther King? About his passion and his drive? I don't think so, because there's too much blunt passing and backpacking on South on King Drive.
All right.
And every young sister wants to be a Nicki Minaj. Then she don't quite get it right, end up looking like an Icky Mirage. Then all our brothers want to follow this idiot Waka Flocka Flame. Why? Because right now he's hot, got a lot of fame, but all I see is locks, but not a lot of planes. So their self-esteem end up being as low as the sag in my man's pants. The only time my young sister uses her brain is when she's giving brains saying, look, ma, no hands. And then they don't listen to school unless it's sex ed. They block out the books and what that text said, all they care about is they phone and what that text said. They get excited about what's supposed to happen at week's end. But as a father, what I understand is, I don't give a damn what your cell phone plan is. I'm going to put a limit to your nights and weekends. The role we hold over our kids is weak and thin. We're not teaching them right, so they straight left. Give them anything they ask for without making them earn it, so their appreciation becomes less and less. And yes, I got a problem with kids rocking all top name gear when their report card displaying straight F's. You gotta learn to not spread a rod and show no regrets. But they'll end up in a chess match with life, and that's a game of death. And it's a disaster where I'm at. It ain't no laughter where I'm at. It's hard to learn the words because crackheads as pastors where I'm at. And kids go fix where I'm at. It's a trip where I'm at. It ain't no old school values because you're a grandma before 36 where I'm at. It's a lot of pain and hurt where I'm at. We can still go from worst to first where I'm at. We just gotta learn to let go and let God and pray that it all works where I'm at.
All right.